Hey everyone, so tonight I wanted to talk about The Boyfriend by Freddie McFadden because it's only a new release there and it came out. It wasn't even meant to come out until the end of the month, I thought, but then I saw it in the shop today, so I decided to get it. So, um, I've only read, well, I've read over half of it so far, and it's better than some of her other ones, I think, because of the way it's written. Um, because the way it's written, it it's like very more it's a lot more competent or something. I feel like it's just more well written than some of her other books. Not that I don't like her other books, because I do like her other books, but I just feel like this one is more competently written than some of her other ones. And like she comes out now like with 3 books a year, so sometimes it's hard maintaining the standards for every book that you come out with. So like I do feel like this is on the better. It's definitely one of the better ones that she's came out with lately. Anyway, so um yeah, and I wanted to read this anyway, like because you know I knew that it was coming out, and I was expecting it to be like the end of this month, not the start of the month. So I was really pleased to see this in the shop. So I picked it up. And the story is basically about this woman who meets a guy, um, and she goes out on a date with him, and he is really like obnoxious and rude, and he's like trying to on with her a lot of times, and she doesn't want to have nothing to do with him by the end of the night. And then there's this guy who interrupts and tries to save her from, and it's a different concept, and then like it's just interesting the way that it's wrote, because it's not like some of her other ones where it's like really, I don't know, predictable maybe isn't the right word, but it's just like just it feels like more professional in a way or something. Like it's something that is hard to explain, but as it is the best I can describe it. So when he saves her from her date, um she doesn't know who he is or anything, and she doesn't find out then. So she's left wondering who he was, and then not long after, her friend is found dead, and then she wonders if it's who her friend was seeing that has killed her. Um, so there's a lot of mystery surrounding that and all, and like with all her books, I'm expecting a plot twist, like near the end or close to the end or whatever. Um, so yeah, I know kind of what to expect from her books, but I also like the plots and her ideas for her books. So like they are like really interesting. So and she has another one coming out next year that I do plan on reading as well. The Crash, I think it's called. So I've read most of hers now. Like yeah, all her main ones, all her like most well known ones, and all of her popular ones. And yeah, so far like it's good. It's definitely good. I would recommend it so far from what I've read, and unless it goes really downhill from now, then um I would recommend it. So um and I just uh before the point that I stopped reading that was where she had rediscovered who the man was. She'd met the man again, and uh, she got to know him a bit at the coffee shop, and now it also gives his perspective as well, and it gives you some of his backstory so far. Like it delves into his past with his parents and his home life before he met her, and just where his head was at and everything. So it was back when he was like maybe in school, I think it was. So in high school, I think. So from Alec Galler anyway. So um, yeah, so you get the two perspectives, the woman and the man. So and then it is definitely interesting. It's an interesting concept because I'm gathering that it's going to be a different take on a killing spree sort of thing. So like um yeah, and I'm sure she'll put in a twist that I might not see coming or whatever. So I know my thoughts on it at the minute. I know what I'm expecting to happen, but normally with her books, it isn't how it ends up. So I'll just have to keep reading and see if my thoughts will probably change towards getting to the end, getting closer to the end and all that. But so far, that is where my head's at, you know. So far, I would recommend it. I would give it. So far from what I've read, I would say it's at her better scale, you know, of books. You know, it's at the higher end of her books. So um, I would give it a 4.5 out of 5 now. So like by the time it might be a 5, you know, by the time I end it. So it could be a 5-star read. So yeah, I would recommend it if anyone's wanting to get it. It's only new out. It's only in the shops now. So um, yeah, it was only fiver as well. So like that is good for a new book. So like a new copy of it. So yeah, I would recommend getting it for those reasons.